want to share a story with you. Not so long ago, I had a coaching consultation with a lady, and she, from the very beginning, said that she didn't need any coaching tips, any dating tips. She wanted to share her story, and she wanted to hear my opinion. So she said that she has met this guy on a dating app. This lady, she was 37 years old, a nurse, Ukrainian, and she has met this 44 years old American. And they have texted on an app for the whole evening, and after that she has given him her WhatsApp, and they have agreed that he would call her the next day. He called her, and they've talked on phone for over an hour, and she said that she really liked talking to him because they were not just discussing standard things like favorites or, for example, likes and dislikes. They talked about relationship or expectations regarding relationships, about love, about modern dating culture. So she said that the conversation went really smoothly. And the gentleman, after this conversation, told her that, you know what, I'm going to fly to Krakow, and this lady, she lives in Krakow, to meet you in person. Let me check the tickets. And she said that she really loved it, that right after talking on phone, he has decided to make the next step, to take the action, and they have agreed to meet in 2 weeks, that he would fly for a weekend to actually meet her. After that, they were texting back and forth, usually in the evenings, her evenings. For example, at night when she had shifts, night shifts, they would also text if she was free, and they tried to have at least 2 phone calls every week. And then this American flew to Krakow. They had their first date. He has taken her out to a nice restaurant, and she said that the first thing she has noticed were his boots. She said that he was wearing really well-worn, really old shoes, and just to tease him, she has decided to compliment those shoes. She said that, wow, nice shoes. And he said that, yes, thank you, I bought them in Japan 12 years ago, and I really love these shoes, and usually when I travel, I wear these shoes. And she said for her it was the first red flag, shoes that he owns for 12 years, he can't afford a new pair, or he doesn't care about his looks, he doesn't want to look tidy. So she was thinking about those shoes. After dinner, they have agreed to meet the next morning, to go for a walk together and to have lunch together. And when she has met him in the morning, he has asked her to take him to the shop because he wanted to buy a shampoo and toothpaste, and she has taken him to the grocery store, and he bought several apples, he bought a small toothpaste, and he bought a shampoo. She saw that it was really strange that he has decided to buy all these, and she has mentioned that I have recommended you, you should have stayed in the hotel, because when they were texting back and forth, he has asked her to recommend him several hotels to stay. And she said that I put all this effort to research the hotels with different price range, and I have sent him the list, but he still has decided to stay at Airbnb, so he has rented an apartment. So they went for a walk, and eventually they have decided to have lunch. They had lunch, they talked, and they have decided to take another walk, and they were passing by a flower shop. And the lady, of course, she looked at the flowers, and the gentleman has followed her gaze, and he went inside, and he bought her a single red rose, this long, big red rose. And the lady said that she was actually upset because, wow, just one red rose, a really long, really big one, and now I will have to carry it because we will be walking around. And instead of this single red rose, she would prefer a smaller bouquet but with more flowers. So they have continued working, and after that she has walked him back to his Airbnb, and they have agreed to meet the following evening to have dinner together. To this dinner, she brought him a surprise. She bought him a special cup, and she said that it was a really thoughtful gift because there were some beautiful designs of Krakow and also the design of the hospital where she worked. She said this gift was really cute because it has her hospital logo and the painting of the building and also some sides of Krakow. The gentleman has thanked her, he has taken the cup, and the next day they had breakfast together, and after that he was supposed to fly back to United States because he traveled only for for a weekend to meet her. She had decided to see him off. She walked him to his Airbnb, and he walked out with this toothpaste that was like half used because it was a small toothpaste, with 2 apples, with her cup, and with a half-empty shampoo bottle. And he told her that you should have it because I can't take it with me back to the US. And please keep my mug. I will get it when I will see you again because I don't have enough space in my backpack. And really, he was traveling with just a backpack. So during this consultation, the lady told me that she was really confused about this meeting because on the one hand, she really liked talking to this man. He was like really smart, and he has worked in Japan. He has worked in Europe, and now he was back to the United States. It was obvious that he was well-read, well-traveled, and she liked his sense of humor. But on the other hand, she was really confused by his behavior. Like, really, she has given him a mug, a gift, and he was leaving it with her. Why giving her like 2 apples? Why not just throwing them away? Why giving her this toothpaste that was half used? Also, she said that when they were doing that shopping in the grocery store, and the shop assistant has asked him if he needed this plastic bag, he said no, and he retrieved out of his pocket like a really ugly looking, because it was really wrinkled shopping bag, and he put all his goods into that shopping bag. And the lady said that she was confused, like, is he maybe stingy? What is wrong with him? Maybe he doesn't have the money to pay for the plastic bag. So she has decided to buy a consultation, a coaching consultation with me to understand what has actually happened. Because after he has returned back to the United States, they have continued texting, and he even hinted that he might travel over again to Krakow to see her again and to spend more time together. And she was not sure whether she should meet him again, or maybe she should just cancel everything and stop talking to him. I have asked the lady what was the biggest problem, the biggest issue with this gentleman, and she said that she was afraid that he is stingy. She was afraid that he is not making enough money. He is not ready to start a family and to have children, because for her it was really important to have children and to get married. And she was confused that he has left her present and he has given her this toothpaste, because nobody wants to build a relationship, to jump into a relationship with someone who is greedy, not generous. And here we are talking not only about money. People can be not generous, with, for example, with affection or with their time. So we have decided to unwrap this situation step by step, and we have started with discussing that shopping bag. I have asked a lady if at home she had this plastic bag filled with other plastic bags, because usually all Slavic people have such a bag at home, because you keep accumulating these plastic bags and you don't feel like throwing them away, and you still hope to use them, and some people do use them. And of course, for foreigners it can appear strange that you have like a big plastic bag filled with different plastic bags from different grocery stores and shops. Then I have told her that in Germany the majority of people, for example, they have these shopper bags because they believe it is better for ecology. And also Germans are usually very smart about their spending, so why to pay for the plastic bag that you will use just once if you can actually buy a shopper and first of all help save our planet. You can help reduce pollution, because, well, people have to pollute our planet to produce those plastic bags. And on the other hand, you save money, because every time you go to the grocery store, you don't need to buy that plastic bag. So we have agreed with this lady that probably it was the cultural difference. Regarding the red rose, single red rose, we also talked about it, because you never know what is in the mind of a gentleman. Perhaps in his head this is very romantic to present a single but very big red rose, and he believes that this single red rose is very beautiful, much more beautiful than, for example, a small bouquet of bigger number of flowers, because it's not so elegant or not so sexy. People can have different understanding of romance and beauty. Regarding the mug, it was really not cool to leave the mug and to give it back to a lady, because it feels like a dismissal, like I don't like you and I don't want to have your gift. Don't do that. Even if you don't have enough space in your backpack, it is better to keep the mug, especially if you like the lady and you want to continue getting to know her better. Because gifts are not just about the receiver of the gift, but they are also about the giver, because we invest time, we invest effort, we try to be thoughtful when we choose the gift, and of course we want to receive this emotion when we present the gift, and the person who opens the box or, for example, looks at the gift, we want to see the approval, the happiness in their eyes. And also leaving 2 apples like leftovers, his toothpaste and his shampoo, that was not the smoothest action. If she was his girlfriend, this would have been another scenario, but she was not his girlfriend. They have met for the very first time. And leaving all this was confusing. One can tell me that, this lady should just chill. She is obviously overreacting. Probably she is overreacting, but of course both this man and this lady has fallen for quite a few dating mistakes. So we have continued talking with the lady, and she was afraid that he was stingy, not generous. I have asked her, okay, you went out for lunch, for dinners, who foot the bills? And she said he has foot the bills, and he was leaving crazy generous tips, which has surprised her, like why to leave so much money. And then when they were walking, he bought her a single red rose. So she had a feeling that he was not stingy when it came to waiters, but he was stingy towards her. And again, we have different tips culture in United States and in Europe. In United States, like this 30% tips, they are ridiculously big for us people who live in Europe, because here, like, tipping tradition is way different. Regarding really well-worn shoes and really well-used backpack, for this gentleman, probably they have some sentimental meaning, and he's wearing those shoes not because he can't afford the new pair, but because he likes this pair, and he doesn't know how other people perceive him when they see him wearing the shoes, and probably he doesn't care. And again, attitude to clothing is very different in the United States and in Europe. And this lady, not only she is Ukrainian, but she also lives in Krakow, Poland, and there are many well-dressed people, because both men and women put effort into looking their best. So at the end of this consultation, the lady said that probably I was right, and probably she did overreact, because she liked talking to him, she liked the way he looked since the boots and the backpack, and she liked the compliments, she liked the attention, she liked that he was smart, well-educated, well-read. They had really long, meaningful conversations about everything. So she has decided to continue getting to know him better. As you can see, misunderstandings occur, and very often people create these perfect scenarios in their mind that, for example, I will travel over and things will go this way, or I will meet him and things will go a certain way. But in real life, people fall for mistakes. They say the wrong things. They leave the toothpaste and 2 apples to their date. They have different perception about money, about romance, what is worth spending money on and what is not worth spending money on. For example, for that guy, getting a new pair of shoes was not a priority, obviously. But traveling to meet a lady he has just met online was a priority, because he probably really wanted to meet someone, to build a relationship, and he wanted to do it now. I don't know how this story will end. If the lady will come to another consultation with me, I will film another video for you with the ending of this story. I keep my fingers crossed, and I honestly hope that they will work this out, that they will learn how to communicate their thoughts, their fears, their expectations, because when we are talking about international couples, there always will be differences, certain differences in your habits, in your perception of life. So it is really important to invest time and effort to make sure you understand your partner and where he or she stands. I hope it was helpful. Right now is the time to press like, to subscribe to our channel, and of course, if you like our content, you can support us by becoming a sponsor, and you will also get access to additional videos. My name is Svetlana Mucha. I'm the founder and the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. You can book a complimentary consultation by pressing the link below this video. I wish you lots of love. I'm filming this one for you in Munich, Germany, Deutschland.